Hi guys, we're back in Kerbal Space Program. Today we'll be going to the moon. Last time I went to Mimas, and this time it's the moon. These first two missions are really only going to be the ones where I'm going to show the launch from planet Kerban. All future missions will start with the craft already in orbit, so that way you don't have to wait through the launch process. Going to use my trusty Cobra Mark V lander. do my inclination change first, and then I'll do my maneuver, put us into orbit around the moon. Looks like a good maneuver right there. 200,000 meter periapsis. It's a little weird there, but that's fine. We'll deal with that when we get to it. good. You want kind of a high orbit around the moon when you're coming in for your lunar landing, because what'll happen is the moon has much higher gravity than Midmas, so it's going to pull you in faster, and you don't want to come in at an angle. You want to come in straight down on top of your landing zone, because when you come in at angles, you hit your landing zone going sideways and you crash and die. So that's why I'm doing orbital altitude between, 70 and 100,000 meters is probably ideal. More than 100,000 is still fine, depending on what your thrust to weight ratio is for your craft. You might want a greater than 100,000 meter orbit. Alright. 107, 98,000, that's fine. Alright, so I want to land right here. Right in the center of this crater. Looks kind of like the big spot on Jupiter because of the ovular shape, so I'm going to call that Jupiter crater once we land there. So in order to do this, I'm going to have to slow down. Right about here looks good. And change our inclination. Now, whenever you're landing on the moon, you really want to overshoot your landing field by a lot, because you're going to be coming in between about 250 meters a second usually is about my average. So when you overshoot like this, you're going to allow a lot of time for you to slow down around this area, so that way you can come down straight vertically. You want to kill all your speed when you're just about right over your landing zone, and that's going to allow you to move with your RCS thrusters to kind of change that horizontal velocity, because you want 0 horizontal velocity. You want to be dropping straight down. So before we do that, I'm going to do a fuel transfer. Let's see here. Again, just to do a fuel transfer for the RCS tanks, you need to right-click on the fuel tank, hold Alt, right-click on the other fuel tank, and hit in or out, depending on which order you clicked in them. I kind of wish these had numeric values where you could just, type in how much you want to transfer to each tank, but maybe in the future. Because when you're transferring fuel to different tanks on different sides, you want to be careful, otherwise you'll throw off your center of gravity if the fuel amounts aren't even, and that'll change how your ship handles. There we go. Alright. Go ahead and speed this up. Alright, that looks good. I'm gonna burn this about 45 seconds early. Right there looks good. It is helpful to do all your maneuverable burns and then orbit that view, because then you can see a real-time update of what your actual trajectory is, because more than likely your maneuver nodes are going to change. You might not get exactly what you want if you burn it right when the Kerban timer reaches 0. That looks good. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait until we're about, well, somewhere around here. Probably a little early. I'm gonna plot it right there. And this is where I'm gonna slow down all of my velocity so I can actually land perfectly vertically right on top of where I want to land. I want to try to hit one of these smaller craters in here. Again, you want to overshoot your landing field a little bit, because as you slow down more, your orbital trajectory here is going to change. That arc will get smaller and smaller as you slow down once you get to that point. But that looks okay. It's kind of a lot of meters per second. We should be fine though. Be careful with time warp when you're this close to the planet or moon, as you do start to come in rather fast. Is good. I'm going to hit this a little early. That is a lot of speed to slow down with these nuke engines. They won't slow us down as fast, even though I have 4 of them on this craft. see how fast I'm going already. This is over 200 meters a second, which is way faster than what it was when we were on Minmus. This out a little bit more. That looks good. Alright. Should be fine. Let's see, 15,000. Keep an eye on that. Let's speed this up a little bit. Don't want to go faster than 200 meters a second here. Yeah, we're getting close. Let's see. Coming a little. What I mean by moving horizontally. You can really screw yourself over if you're moving too fast in a horizontal direction. You want to come in straight down, otherwise you get that and you can tilt your lander over. But this worked out. We're here, we're live. Deploy our antennas and communication dish. Let's go EVA. There we go, on the moon, finally. See just how we came into this crater here. A little off center, but really not too bad. You don't want to land on a hill, like I said. But this looks fine. I'm just going to go over to this little mountain over here, plant our flag up on top of that, because that looks fun. That's not too far away. Actually, right in there looks fine. I'm gonna plop it down right in here. Is good. Plant flag. Oh yeah. we go. Back on the surface of the moon again. Jebediah is happy. Our flag looks good. Time to head back. Be careful when you're doing your jetpack flying with your Kerbals, because if you do hit anything going too fast, they'll just poof into a little puff of smoke and die. He's fine as he rolls around on his head gracefully. Oh, there you go. Moon landing. There's our flag over there, Jupiter crater. Next episode, we'll be going over to Moho. Haven't been there yet, so that'll be fun to see what happens. But now let's get back to planet Kerban. Back up our ladder. Hey, good enough. Just want to eject this out of the moon area. I'll go ahead and do a fuel transfer before we get there. Let's see. Fuel in. The reason I'm doing this is because these two side engines are far more powerful together than that single one on the bottom. There we go. Alright. Where is our maneuver node? There it is. trying to do here is I just want to land kind of right on the North Pole. Something about like that. Looks fine. Alright, goodbye, Moon. We will return. Eventually. Water landing. Do not want that. I want to land over there. Alright, so push it over there as much as we possibly can. I have to do this now. Well, this craft does not work for water landing, so I'm gonna have to try and rip off everything that I can and see if I can just get this top pod by itself here, which is not what I wanted to do, but it's gonna have to be done. See if this works. This might work, we'll see. Nope. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed this. When you come back to planet Kerban, try to land on the land, because water landings almost never work out for me. See you guys for the next mission to Moho.